Before I tell you what I'm about to share with you, that I want you to understand this. You do not have the luxury to give yourself a pass to be blind to the things that you've been turning your back on for decades. These are not new things. What is happening, I am not surprised by what is going on. People are just frustrated. People are angry because people are tired. If you think what's happening is because of a few black people that got killed within the month period of time, you won't. This is something that have been going on in our countries for decades, and you have turned your back. You have turned the blind eyes because it does not involve you. You think it won't affect you. Let me tell you this. If you think for a second what hurt me won't affect you as a human being, you better think again. You better think again, because sooner or later, we all will suffer for each other's mistakes. I remember talking to a man. We've done some business together. I remember we were talking vividly, and he said to me, why are black people still holding this slavery thing as a badge, or as a badge, or as if it happens to you? I said, can I explain something to you? You don't understand. So you think because I was not the one that went through the season of slavery physically or personally, don't you think for 1 second it does not affect me emotionally? I inherited that. Not only that, we have a system that have been designed, systematically designed to make sure that I don't escape from that. When you, as an individual who does not understand that, and when you keep saying this, it's not about black and white. It is always, and have always been, about black and white. It's an excuse you're making to not facing the reality, to not stepping up and speak to the truth. Speak to what is happening. So you think it doesn't affect you, it has nothing to do with you, or so because you think that, and you were trying to convince me that it is not about me, it was not me that went through the process. Emotionally, not only that we've been affected emotionally, but we also have been systematically put in a system that we will never escape out of those emotions. Think about it. Before you judge, before you get angry at me for standing up and say, you know what, enough is enough. Enough is enough. What we see is happening in the streets, where we see it happening around the world for that matter. It's because the people are awakening to the reality that we all were created equal. We all were created in an image of God. And if that is the case, why don't you just give me the respect? You convinces me that I was made in the likeness of God, but you treat me like some kind of animal, and you want me to respect and expect you to do the change for me. For decades, we've been waiting for the government to speak up, to create policies to change what is happening, and they have ignored us. We've waited for the church to step up to speak on police brutality, racism, and justice specifically toward black men. The church never speak up. And so now people are taking the streets, and we call them animals, the gangs or the thugs. But you are the ones they've been waiting and looking up to create and design this change that will bring about people together, but you refuse to act, so that people are taking the matters into their own hand. And if you look at history, I love history. I'm a student of history, right? History is always repeat itself. What is happening right now, it didn't just start this month or this year. It's something that we've been going through for hundreds of years. Black folks in general, black people specifically, have been punished for something that we do not know what we did. We have no idea why we are being persecuted, why we are being the most hateful people in the planet. Everywhere we go, it seems like there's nowhere to turn. There's nowhere to hide. Again, if you think for 1 minute what hurt me would not affect you, you better think twice. because you cannot escape this one, unfortunately. I don't care what it is. What is happening in our streets right now, what is happening in our world, you can no longer turn a blind eyes to it because you will not escape it, unfortunately. You cannot escape it. It's time for you to step up. It's time for you to speak up, and it's time for you to stand with us. Because we are standing and saying enough is enough. We will no longer tolerate. We will no longer accept police brutality. We will no longer accept racism. We will no longer accept injustice. That's all we're asking. Let us be treated equally. Let us be treated with fairness. Let us be treated like human beings and forget about your racism attitude. You could be a racist, but still give me my right. My right as a human being to be. My right as a human being to coexist. My right as a human being to live. My right as a human being to experience fairness and justice for all. Liberty, justice for all, this is what we profess. But liberty and justice, it's only for some in our country. And you going to get upset because people taking the streets now, they're saying Black Lives Matters. Yes, I do agree. I agree with you. All lives matter, right? When you say all lives matter, but the only life that matter is the life that are closer to you. It's the life that you understand that matters. You know, the saddest things that I've seen, especially in the church, the same people that's crying and trying to change laws to stop abortion are the same people who would not do anything about racism. Tell me that's not hypocritical? So now you would fight to protect someone that have not been born yet because you believe that person is it's a human being. It has the right even though it's in the womb. But you will not fight or stand for a black man getting 4 or 5 years in prison for $100 worth of dope. And that same kid, if you go in a different neighborhood, in a white neighborhood, who get cut with that same amount of drugs, might not even go to jail. This is the thing that I've seen.